Barcelona's tactical evolution under the management of Hansi Flick has certainly turned heads in the footballing world. The German coach, who has been known for his disciplined and intense approach to the game, has instilled a tactical identity in Barcelona that is both aggressive and strategically astute. One of the most striking aspects of Flick's tenure has been the team's high defensive line, which has been paired with a keen ability to use the offside trap effectively. This defensive strategy has been a central component of their play, but it is equally complemented by a forward-thinking offensive approach that prioritizes quick transitions and verticality in attack. At the core of Barcelona's success under Flick lies a single, crucial element: pressure. Whether it's defensive or offensive, pressure is the thread that binds their tactical approach together. When Barcelona presses high up the pitch, they disrupt their opponent's rhythm, forcing them into hurried passes or mistakes, which in turn allows Barcelona to regain possession in dangerous areas of the field. This aggressive pressing game not only helps Barcelona win the ball back but also facilitates quick transitions into attacking play, which has become a signature of their style. The high defensive line ensures that the team is compact and that the space between their defenders and midfielders is minimized, making it harder for opponents to break through. However, despite these impressive tactics, Barcelona has encountered difficulties, particularly when they've dropped points in recent matches. A recurring theme in these games has been the absence of one of their most important players, Lamine Yamal. The young forward has quickly become a key figure in Barcelona's pressing system, offering both defensive cover and attacking threat. His energy and pressing intensity have been pivotal to the team's ability to win back the ball high up the pitch and disrupt opposition play. Without Yamal, Barcelona's pressing game falters, and the team struggles to maintain the same level of intensity. This has been most evident in recent La Liga defeats to teams such as Osasuna, Real Sociedad, and Celta Vigo. In these matches, Barcelona's ability to recover possession in the opponent's half, a critical part of their game, significantly dropped. Normally, Barcelona recovers the ball in the opponent's half around 31% of the time, a figure that showcases the success of their pressing strategy. However, in these defeats, that number fell dramatically. Against Osasuna, only 22% of recoveries came in the opponent's half, while the figures against Real Sociedad and Celta Vigo were even lower, at 18% and 24%, respectively. This drastic decline in recoveries is a clear indicator of how vital Yamal is to the team's press, and without his involvement, Barcelona becomes more susceptible defensively. The absence of Yamal's pressing intensity creates a ripple effect across the team. When Barcelona fails to press effectively, it leaves their high defensive line more vulnerable. Opponents are able to find more space between the lines, allowing them to make accurate passes that exploit these gaps. The effectiveness of the offside trap, a tactic that had been central to Barcelona's defensive system, diminishes as well. With less pressure on the ball carrier, opposition attackers have more time to assess the situation and pick out runners in space. This leaves Barcelona's defense exposed and less effective at stopping dangerous attacks. Interestingly, this vulnerability isn't necessarily the result of superior attacking play from their opponents. Rather, it's a consequence of Barcelona's own tactical shortcomings when they fail to maintain their high pressing intensity. Without this pressure, Barcelona's defensive shape becomes disjointed, and the team struggles to stay compact. The opposing team can then take advantage of the additional space, making their passes more dangerous and their movements more threatening. A stark example of this issue occurred in Barcelona's match against Celta Vigo, where the team lost possession 43 times, a significantly higher number than their average of 29 per game. This glaring statistic highlights a crucial link between poor ball retention and defensive frailties. When Barcelona loses possession more often, it increases the likelihood of their defensive structure being stretched and compromised. The inability to keep the ball and maintain control of the game ultimately exposes their defense, and opponents can exploit these moments of vulnerability. The pressing game is absolutely central to Barcelona's style under Flick. When they press high up the pitch, they regain possession in advanced areas and can launch quick counter-attacks. This not only puts pressure on the opposition but also ensures that Barcelona can immediately transition into attack, with players already positioned to threaten the goal. Additionally, high pressing helps protect Barcelona's defensive line by preventing the opposition from building up their attacks and reaching the final third. It's a strategy that, when executed correctly, allows Barcelona to control the tempo of the game and dominate possession. However, when this pressing system breaks down, it leaves Barcelona exposed at the back. The high defensive line that is so effective when they press can become a double-edged sword if they fail to win the ball back in advanced positions. The offside trap, which is designed to catch attackers off guard and force them into offside positions, relies heavily on the pressure exerted by Barcelona's forwards and midfielders. Without this pressure, opponents can bypass the offside trap and find space in behind the defense. This leaves Barcelona vulnerable to counter-attacks and quick transitions from the opposition. The loss of possession and the inability to regain the ball in advanced areas has been a key factor in Barcelona's struggles in recent weeks. In these games, they have looked less dynamic, less coordinated, and less dangerous in attack. The connection between pressing and defensive solidity has never been more apparent, as Barcelona's struggles with the press have led directly to increased pressure on their defense. This exposes a critical flaw in their tactical setup. When the pressing game is working, they are a formidable force, but when it isn't, they are much more susceptible to conceding goals. Looking ahead, Barcelona must find a way to maintain the intensity of their pressing game, particularly when key players like Yamal are unavailable. This will require more than just individual brilliance. It will require the whole team to stay compact, maintain their defensive shape, and commit to pressing as a collective unit. Flick's tactics are designed to force mistakes from the opposition, but for these tactics to work, Barcelona must stay committed to their pressing identity. Barcelona's high defensive line and pressing game are undoubtedly impressive when they are functioning at full capacity. However, the team's recent struggles highlight the importance of consistency in executing these tactics. If Barcelona can maintain their pressing intensity and regain possession in the opponent's half, they will continue to be a dangerous force in La Liga and in European competition. The ability to press and recover the ball in advanced areas is what allows Barcelona to control games and launch swift counter-attacks. Without it, they risk becoming vulnerable at the back, as they have shown in their recent defeats. As the season progresses, maintaining a high-intensity press will be crucial for Barcelona's success. With the right balance of pressing, defensive organization, and quick transitions, they can continue to play their aggressive brand of football and challenge for titles. The key will be ensuring that the entire team remains focused and committed to executing the tactics that have brought them success under Flick. In the fast-paced world of modern football, the pressing game can be the difference between victory and defeat, and Barcelona will need to stay on top of their pressing game if they want to remain competitive at the highest level.